for the MF Corner right here on ET Now, and today we're talking about mid-cap funds that could give your portfolio the fillip it needs. But how does one choose between two similar mid and small cap funds? Let's find out from our mutual fund expert Dhirendra Kumar, CEO of Value Research, who joins us live and exclusive on the show every afternoon. Dhirendra, we're going to talk about HDFC mid-cap opportunities and Religare mid-cap. They're both four-star funds launched in 2007. How are these two funds different?
They have been reasonably, focused on mid-caps, except that HDFC mid-cap opportunity drifts to relatively, a small part of the portfolio moves into large cap. And that depends on the market. At times it's entirely invested in mid-cap, sometimes it is not a part of it. Religare mid-cap opportunity always into mid-cap and almost fully. That apart, I think it's Religare's investment universe is also very well articulated by its exclusion that it is not supposed to invest in any company which has a capitalization of higher than the smallest company in the capitalization of the smallest company in the Nifty. So that actually defines the universe better. Both have been reasonably good funds, and the nominal underperformance which we see in Religare mid-cap, I think when the market turns around or in a different kind of market, the numbers could look very different.
Dhirendra, over the short or the long term, the HDFC fund has always delivered higher returns. What drives the performance, and out of the two, what would you recommend to investors?
Both are good funds, and HDFC mid-cap opportunity has not done very well looks like a fairly average fund in the past 2-3 years. But I think it's early phase when you look at the 5-year return, 7-year return, 5-year return. The initial 1 or 2 years was brilliant. It was ahead of the pack by a wide margin, and that carries on even now. So that is superior. Both funds are very bottom up, following a bottom up strategy. It is not oriented. Sometimes I find that both these portfolios get concentrated into sector, but I don't think the fund managers are really focused on that in a very intense way. And if I have to choose one, I would say that HDFC mid-cap opportunity is outstanding, purely based on its stock picks.
Dhirendra, let's also put the spotlight on some viewer queries. First query coming in from Rajesh Ramamurthy. He wants to know why is there just one international fund with a 4-star rating, that's ICICI Pru Indo-Asia Fund, and he wants you to suggest some funds from a 3 to 5 year time frame that invest in large cap international equities. He also wants to know if one should look at funds that focus on EMs or developed markets if the objective is stable, consistent growth.
First his question that why this is rated, others are not. No, we treat this fund as a domestic fund because it is 65% at the least will be invested in domestic equities. Likewise, there are other funds, Franklin India Income, Equity Income Fund, and few other funds, Fidelity International Opportunity and things like that, which are dominantly a domestic fund, and a third of the portfolio, about 35%, can be invested abroad. We treat it as a domestic fund because 2/3 of the money being invested domestically, and it gets classified into one of our equity categories. Coming to international fund, yes, I think the case for international fund has really come on the spotlight in recent times with rupee depreciation. But that should not be the driver for you to choose the international fund. The rationale should be to diversify. All of us are, our jobs are here. Our investment is largely Indian. So that's the reason, the reason why you invest in a mutual fund is the reason why you should invest abroad. Which funds to choose? Don't choose an emerging market because, India being one, it just adds more of it. Don't look at it as an opportunistic play. Look at it as a diversification play. And I think there you have limited options. Birla Sun Life International Equity Plan B or Principal International Opportunity Fund, or some of the US domicile fund I like because I think that they are domiciled in the US, they are investing in the US company, but those underlying companies are internationally diversified. So their markets are all over. So I would say that some of those options are also worth looking at.
Dhirendra, our second query today is from Mr. Venkateshan Ayappan, who says that he's looking to invest about 20,000 rupees in liquid funds for the short term, and he wants your suggestion on some funds.
My advice won't be very helpful because the best liquid fund and the not so great liquid fund, the difference on an annual basis is not meaningful. And when you are investing in liquid fund for a brief period of time, which is generally much shorter than 1 year, it will be for a couple of days or months, the return may not be meaningful. But if at all, but if I have to choose 3-4 of them, I would say, Pramerica liquid or the Taurus liquid, Peerless liquid. These are new upcoming funds, and they are delivering marginally superior return in a sustained way. That's why this preference.